The best attack strategy for the Giant, Disarmer, K.A.N.E, and YEETer. We'll explain how to overkill bases with each of these troops by starting with the Giant. Thanks to this troop having so much HP and doing quite a bit of damage, this is the best army for this troop since it's so tanky. So to start this off, we're using the Fireball. We're going to be using about 3 invisibility spells on close by defenses to send the Fireball into the base so we can clear plenty of defenses, which is also going to help create one part of our funnel while the Warden is walking. On the other side of our funnel, we're using the Siege Barrack and the Queen. This way we can set up another side of our funnel while also taking advantage of the army camp troops, being the K.A.N.E and Giant. This allows us to get our Giants along with the Queen, the King, and the Grand Warden to start working in with those Giants. What's even better about something like this is that since the Giants target defenses, they can also go for enemy heroes, which makes them very powerful. Overall, they're just incredibly tanky. They're pretty much the exact same they have the exact same stats as just bringing in 10 Giants, but as one unit. And this is why they're so powerful. They're able to tank for pretty much your entire attack. And what's even better is that once they fall below 50% HP, they get a nice damage buff and speed buff, which really helps them. Plus, their attacks do splash damage, so they can actually hit over walls. Other than that, you have the Royal Champion towards the back end of the base with her ability in order to help clear through final remaining defenses. Overall, you should have most to all of your Giants still alive, and you should be able to 3-star more often than not with this extremely powerful troop. Next up is K.A.N.E. This troop is incredibly tanky and very strong. It goes directly to the Town Hall, and if it gets defeated, it will revive even stronger. So this is the best army to use with this K.A.N.E troop. Now, since the K.A.N.E troop goes for the Town Hall directly, we want to take advantage of that and clear out as many buildings around the Town Hall. This is where the Fireball is a great place to start, where we want to use a couple invisibility spells and the Fireball with 2 earthquake spells in order to clear out plenty of great value. This is also going to help establish one side of our funnel with the Warden Walk, and on the other side we've got the Queen with her magic mirror and healer puppets along with the Siege Barrack. This allows us to then send in our K.A.N.E troops with the King, the healers, and really start to move in for the Town Hall and the rest of the base. This is the Brothers of Destruction, especially with the Grand Warden skin and the K.A.N.E troop. Overall, though, we want to make sure that we are getting deep into the base, and since the K.A.N.Es do a lot of damage to walls, they're going to be able to take huge advantage of rage spells, and as long as they're getting constantly raged from the Warden's Rage Gem, you're going to be able to get lots of great value. Obviously, you do want to make sure that you are using the Earthquake Boots and Spiky Ball on the King in order to open up the base, but any K.A.N.Es that fall will get even stronger with a damage aura just like the Electro Boots. Speaking of which, the Electro Boots with the Royal Champion and the Hog Puppets on the back end will really help rip and tear through the rest of the back end of the base. And if any of the K.A.N.Es fall, you basically have even stronger units as they do even more damage and they just deal splash damage. So overall, this is a very powerful troop that I heavily recommend if you are very interested in using them. The Disarmer is next up, and this is by far the most broken troop we've ever had in Clash of Clans. Not only does she have 3 lives, but she also goes for defenses. She can jump over walls and starts with a rage. So this army is one you will never fail with as long as you set up well. Now, with this troop being so unbelievably strong, we want to start with a Royal Champion charge. We're going to be using the Haste Vial with our Royal Champion in order to clear out any buildings. Obviously, we want to use invisibility spells every 4 seconds in order to help clear through remaining defenses. We want this to be pretty quick, and we want to use as many of our invisibility spells. Though, once you have cleared out enough of a funnel or you run out of invisibilities, recall her back. This way you can use maybe a Super Barbarian in order to help funnel the other side and clearing out any remaining trash building. On the other side, you've got your King, Siege Barrack, and Queen. Since the Disarmers go over walls, the king isn't really needed in an army like this, and you could use a hero dive instead. This way you can have your disarmers, the warden, and the royal champion along with a apprentice warden to actually move through and do quite a lot. This way you can have things like the spiky ball and earthquake boots to really open the base up, and use the eternal tome and healing tome to actually keep the disarmers alive while also being raged up. Once they start to split though, you can really just kind of use your spells all over. You can have a rage spell for 2 different groups, and you can clear through large areas. Since they realistically have 3 lives, they will easily cut through the base like it's nothing. And as long as you have plenty of units up, more than likely you are going to 3-star every single base with this singular troop. It's so unbelievably powerful that it's so hard to stop. Overall though, I do recommend probably taking some cleanup troops, as this will help speed up the attack, but for as quick as the disarmers are already, you shouldn't really time fail, and you will very easily 3-star with this extremely powerful troop. And finally, we have the YEETer. This is a simple troop that we've had since the beginning of the month, so this is arguably his best army for easy 3-stars. This attack is extremely powerful and very simple since we are using the fireball. This way we're able to create a bit of funneling on the interior side. So using a couple invisibilities, 2 earthquakes with the fireball, you should be able to clear a solid funnel while the warden walks for a little while. This way you can lure him over with the barbarian king, since you want him to start following into the base. This way you can have the tribal tag team members with the YEETers to really start moving through and opening walls as well. This way you could also have the queen and the siege barrack on the other side in order to start creating a funnel. You can also take advantage of the army camps having the K.A.N.E and the giant to provide even more support. This way, overall, you can get a large chunk of your troops in while getting great funneling done. Other than this, you want to make sure that you have a jump spell in order to get a little bit deeper into the base, or even letting the tribal tag team members get even more. You do want to try and save the king's ability towards the back end in order to really open up a large area, but other than that, you realistically have cleared an entire chunk of the base, having troops like K.A.N.E, giant, and having the YEETers throwing over walls, and even the royal champion on the back end. More than likely, you're going to 3-star with this. It's just nearly impossible to stop with all of these powerful units on the field, especially when you have the giant, the YEETers, and the K.A.N.E troop. This is overall an incredibly powerful strategy where you realistically don't have to worry about the defending Clashmania troops, as you're going to be able to crush them no matter what with these troops. Hopefully, each of these attacks are fun and crazy powerful for you to smash bases and earn more champ medals. However, if you want some real armies for all town hall levels, check this video out right here.